you can bear with us. We can have a few minutes with questions. Then we can also continue outside where there is a small reception. So, any questions will be directed to any of our speakers?
Yes.
Yes.
Hello. This is for Ms. Kozakou-Markouli, a question on the Truth and Reconciliation Commissions. My name is Emilios. I was the co-curator of the Paramali event that the last spoke about, but also lecturer here at the Department of Music and Dance. And the question is, well, actually, I shared your view on how important Truth and Reconciliation Commissions can be, and I'd like to see one in Cyprus to examine the events and acknowledge the events of the 50s, 60s, and 70s. And I would like to hear from you, from your personal, but also from your career as a Minister of Foreign Affairs, what are the practical steps, do you think, practical steps that would need to be taken in order to create such a commission in Cyprus? And also, if you feel that the single narrative of history created or offered by the Republic of Cyprus can tolerate a Truth and Reconciliation Commission. Thank you.
Can I add to this the same?
Please.
You spoke a lot about, the truth that it is.
Can hear you, Ambassador.
Sorry. You spoke a lot about the truth that we should basically, try to find out for both better narratives. Is there one truth?
No.
So how much it is possible? We need to dig for this not one or not objective truth, and how much it is, let's say, beneficial or important before an agreement or a solution is reached.
Okay.
Yes, you can.
I didn't mention any examples apart from South Africa when I spoke, but there are, as I mentioned, about 30 countries that have used these truth commissions or truth and reconciliation commissions. Many of these commissions were in Latin America, especially in order to bring out the truth about the disappearances during the juntas and dictatorships in these countries. Now, I'm a firm believer, and I want to share with you that not only we need here in Cyprus a Truth Commission and a Truth and Reconciliation Commission, but I firmly believe that we could have started already establishing. We don't need, for Ambassador, we don't need a peace agreement in order to set up. We could start with a Truth Commission. We could start with a Truth Commission, for example, in order to help the Missing Persons Committee. As you know, there is a lot of information that is lacking for the missing persons. As you all know, missing persons are not all Greek Cypriots. We have about 1,500 Greek Cypriots and about 500 Turkish Cypriots. The Turkish Cypriots disappeared primarily during the period of the 50s and the 60s, and the bulk of the Greek Cypriots disappeared during the invasion and throughout the period of the invasion in 1974. So there is a lot of information that is lacking about how these people disappeared, where they were buried, if they were killed. So a Truth Commission, if it's set up today, could be very, very instrumental in bringing out this information. Having people who have lived through the events of the 50s and the 60s and 1974 to bring out this information so that this so painful for both communities that has caused so much trauma and so much suffering, and unless there is knowledge for the relatives, what happened to the relatives, there is no healing process. So I'm a firm believer that we should establish, and we should establish it now.
So what would be the practical steps, so that's the important thing.
I think we are going into detail, we can discuss it outside.
I can say very briefly, Mr. Solomou, that it needs political will, but also it needs people that, for example, the relatives of the missing or civil society, to become a pressure group towards the politicians.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Any other questions? Okay, then, thank you all for your presence, and you can join outside and exchange views. Sure, there is a lot of interesting things to talk about, having listened to all these speeches. Thank you very much.